Shanna Forrestall here with Not Just Small Talk. My guest today is Ramiro. He is a fashion designer and a very dear friend. We've worked together on a couple of projects. I've been able to wear his dress to some of the awards shows. We've worked together at New Orleans Fashion Week, but more than just someone that I've collaborated with, he's someone that I've become very good friends with, and I'm excited to talk with him today about fashion forward, like looking to the future, talking about his line, talking about where fashion's headed. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hang in there. You're going to meet Ramiro, one of my favorite designers in all of the world, and especially in Louisiana. I'll be right back. This is Shanna with Not Just Small Talk. Shanna Forrestall here with Not Just Small Talk, and my guest today is Ramiro. As I said before, he's not just a fashion designer, he's a friend, and we're going to talk today about forward fashion. Romy, welcome.
What's up, what's up?
And you guys can't see us, but we're here in New Orleans at a lovely hotel, and we're about to go to a Fashion Week event, and I asked him if he could give me a few minutes just to talk a little bit about his line, about what's going on in his life right now, and what's coming up in the future. So Romy, talk to me. I wanted to start with your past. Tell me how you got involved in fashion. For people who don't know you, what gave you the bug?
So I think it came from my grandmother.
Yeah.
She made all of my mom's clothing and all of her children's clothing. So I feel like it was passed down through my family.
That's awesome. Now, is Granny still around?
Unfortunately, she passed away about 2 years ago.
Yeah, my grandma, one just made 88 and the other one is 90. So they're
wow.
getting up there, but they're still around. So grandmothers can have a really big influence on your life. Are there any other factors in your life that contributed to you becoming a designer?
I think my mom as well. She's been my rock. She's been my hero. She's been my champion. She tells me when it's good. She tells me when it's bad.
Moms don't lie, do they? They tell you what they think.
Moms tell the truth no matter what.
The truth as they see it, right? So that's really good. So tell me your history in the industry. How did you get into design? You just started making stuff? What happened?
So my journey kind of happened by chance. You know, I faced a lot of issues with me being a gay male. You know, I got knocked out of a fraternity that kind of led me through this destructive kind of beautiful journey to fashion.
Yeah, and then so you ended up here. And so now let's talk about the kinds of things that you design. I know the things that I've worn are beautiful evening gowns. Is that something that is your forte? Do you do things outside of that? Let's talk about what you actually design.
I love ready to wear tops, skirts, jackets. I love it all, but I feel like dresses is my passion. Mm-hmm. I can just see them in my mind, and I feel like this is what the brand is really made of. A lot of really elegant, sleek, confident, strong evening wear.
Yeah, and you do such beautiful work. So we met a couple years ago at Fashion Week, and then since then I've worn a couple of his pieces. If you've been on my Instagram or whatever, you've seen them. They're gorgeous, and I was so honored to wear some of his stuff, and I'm looking forward to wearing more of it in the future. But let's talk about what inspires you. Like, you do different lines every now and then. So where do you get your inspiration from?
My inspiration comes from you.
Yay! I've always wanted to be a muse.
You are. It comes from everyone that I meet, that I interact with. Just life experiences really gives me that driving determination and passion to just create beautiful things. So every person that I meet helps inspires me in the collection. So you can see a little bit of yourself in it. That's what I hope to.
Well, I absolutely do. And especially the things that you've made for me that are custom, I feel like I have seen some of myself in there. But I've also seen that it's your take on me. And I love that. It's like, you know, because sometimes people see you different than you see yourself. And you've kind of really come to understand my body and what works. And I also love that you don't just design dresses for zeros. I mean, I love zeros, but I am definitely not one of them. So let's talk about that, because I feel like your dresses and your work, they transcend the typical model body. They actually fit real women.
Absolutely. I'm not a zero either. No one. Very few women are zeros.
Right.
And I just feel that a woman should be able to feel confident in her own body, in her own skin. And I feel like I can really create that magic for her. Like you said, you can see yourself in some of the things that I design. I really look at the woman. I look very deep inside of her. And I use that to create art for all shapes and sizes.
Yeah, and I can vouch for that because when we went to the award show about a year ago, you did a dress for me and you also did a dress for another actress who is that model type, Liz Fenning, one of my best friends and a really established, wonderful actress. And so you were able to make a piece for me that was for the curvy body with a little bit more musculature. I love what you did. It showed off my muscles. It showed off the booty. It showed off the, everything. And then you also made a dress that Liz just stunned in. I mean, she has that long, amazing body. And wow. I mean, people were just like stopping and looking at us when we walked by. We felt like princesses. Yeah. So you have a gift for designing for different bodies, different looks. Liz is the opposite of me. She's blonde and blue-eyed and, and then I have the darker hair and we're different body types and different looks. And I think that's part of your gift. Now, going forward, you're constantly designing a line to showcase, right? But then you do custom work.
Correct. I really have a very great following of custom clients. A lot of the women that come to me are a lot older. They see these beautiful girls on the runway and they want to feel beautiful too. Mm-hmm. So I kind of corral them all up and say, okay, let's do this. Let's make beauty for everyone. Yeah. So my custom work has really taken off. I love our one of a kind.
And where do people wear your dresses? Is it like galas? What are some of the places people have worn your dresses to in the last year?
Last year, Mardi Gras queens, balls, weddings, mother of the brides, galas, events. It just kind of goes on and on and on. It's all about glamour. Yeah. Glamour. Yeah,
anywhere we need to be glamorous, you could rock a Ramiro. So you're based in Lafayette right now. I'm sure you're going to be splitting your time between Los Angeles and some other major cities as your line grows. What is the best way for people to get a hold of you? Should they go to your website or your Instagram? What's a good way for people to get a hold of you?
So if you need me, you can go to www.romiro.com. Instagram is I am Ramiro, and also on Facebook, Ramiro for my business page.
Because he is Ramiro, folks, and you don't want to miss this guy. So let's talk a little bit about the future of fashion, because that always intrigues me. It's like, where are things going? I know for me, I like to recycle. I bought an outfit today that looks like it's from the 80s. I like vintage. I like weird stuff. And I like wearing, I bought a jacket today with these huge shoulder pads. And I was like, I love these shoulder pads. I'm like, it's so weird. Nobody else would love these, but I love them. But the future of design, of what's happening right now, what's coming new? Like, what's next? What are we looking at? What are we looking at this summer, this fall? Any ideas?
I think everything now is going to be about unconventional. It's going to be about how to push the envelope, how to really take things that aren't beautiful and make them beautiful, or what you perceive as beauty, because that's, we all perceive beauty in different ways.
Or like traditional beauty. And that makes sense to me, because I feel like as a society, we're kind of doing that. We're starting to understand that beauty comes in all colors, it comes in all sizes. And, I intrigued by the whole gender fluidity thing. Like, there are days I wake up now and I'm just like, I want to dress like a boy today. And sometimes I do. Like, literally today I did. I dressed like a boy just because I wanted to. I just felt like it. And I feel like there's something to be said for that, because we all are part masculine, part feminine. We all can roll in and out of those gifts in any given moment, in friendships, in dynamics with people, in groups. There's times when I take a more masculine role, and there's times when I just want to be super feminine. You know what I mean? And that's okay. And vice versa, right? You can do the same. And I think there's something special about that, and maybe fashion will follow that.
I think it absolutely will. One of my quotes that I had when I first started is, fashion is the transformation of oneself to obtain beauty in every possible way. So you can take yourself and keep transforming yourself. You can be goth today, you can be masculine tomorrow, you can just transform. And I think that's something beautiful about people.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that, because I think it's, I've always considered myself some kind of an artist, but I've never been able to do the traditional arts. Like, I don't draw, I don't paint. I wish I could, but for me it's more about photography, or the things I put on myself every day are very important to me. The colors I choose, like tonight that I'm in a fluttery fabric, will change the whole way my night moves. And it's very different than what I had on earlier when I was dressed like a boy. Preteen boy, no less. But you know what I mean? And it's I feel like that personal expression is super important. And the more we can get a hold of that and utilize that, I think we can learn to walk in our own authenticity, which is probably the most powerful thing we have. Right?
Absolutely. And I feel like fashion has emotion. Our clothing has emotion. And to tap into that, to give us confidence or wanting to be more feminine. Some days I like to be feminine too. It's okay.
Right. And I love just even the jewelry you have on. Back 5-10 years ago, people would have been like, oh, wait, but no, everything passes now. We can wear whatever looks right, and it works. It's amazing, and it makes a statement, and it tells us something about who you are, and it's beautiful, and you showcase the piece, right? And there's something to be said for that. I think it's fashion done well can give us all a voice, give us all our individual voice, you know? I know for me, I like making people laugh. Sometimes I put on things and I know it's kind of silly and like I don't care. And it makes me happy to go out during the day and just like make people giggle. Like that look at me and just kind of laugh. Like, did she wear that? But yeah, I think it's funny. Like to me, that's funny. And I feel like that's one of my jobs in the world is just to kind of make people laugh or make them not take their life so seriously. You know, life can be hard. It can be hard.
Life is extremely tough, you know, and I feel like yours is laughter, mine is hope.
Yeah.
You know, if you come to a Ramiro show, I want to take you somewhere. I want to take you out. I want to allow you that escape, either through my clothing or through an actual show. So that way you can just feel something else other than the state that you can possibly be in, which is bad or good.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I'm coming out of a year and a half of chronic pain, and it's given me such a new appreciation for people who are dealing with that on a daily basis, you know, or people who are dealing with ongoing depression or different things. I mean, life can be difficult. And I think having fun with fashion, bringing hope with fashion, just helping people to have a few moments of just experiencing beauty. You know, that's what I love about the runway shows at like Fashion Week and things like that is like it doesn't have to be necessarily realistic for everybody that they're, you know, it's not going to, not all of it. Your stuff walks off the runway, but some people's stuff, you know, it doesn't necessarily translate for the average person to wear to the grocery store. I'd wear it on a Tuesday, but not everybody. But it takes you away. Like you watch it and you're just like, wow, that's beautiful. That's interesting. That's intriguing. That's inspiring. Like that's what a good show does, right? We walk out inspired.
We walk out ready to conquer the world, and that's the women that I designed for.
Right, and feeling a little better maybe about ourselves or about our body type or about, and that's another thing I love about New Orleans Fashion Week is that they don't just have the size 0 girls on the stage, and they have them and they're beautiful, you know, but they have women of all different sizes and women of different ages too sometimes in some of the shows, and that it's really nice to see yourself. You know, last night, the show we went to, the White Hot Affair, there were women that were a little heavier, a little curvier like I am, you know, and I was like, wow, that's nice, you know, it's like I could see myself wearing that. I could see myself rocking that, you know, and I don't know, I just think it's really important that in everything that we're doing, whatever art form we're dabbling in, whether it's fashion or music or whatever, that we really work on our authenticity, that we express ourselves and that we sit in it and we're comfortable in it and that we encourage it in other people, right?
Absolutely.
No more of this hiding who we are or like trying to be something we're not. Like
being afraid. Fear is a powerful thing. And I think that, you know, the more that we can be ourselves and we can inspire others to be their true self as well.
Yeah. I think we encourage people and give them the strength to do it. And we should celebrate with them, right?
Absolutely.
Let's all celebrate each other. How cute we all are. Oh my God.
You're cute.
You're cute. No, thank you so much for sitting with me, Romy. You really are. You're not just someone I admire, although you absolutely are that, but you're someone that I love and respect, and I consider you a friend, and I can't wait to see where our futures go and how we can find ways to collaborate and how we can watch each other grow and develop, and I'm curious to see where your path's going to lead you.
Thank you so much. I consider you one of my dearest friends as well. I'm so happy. So happy to be here with you.
Yay! Guys, if you want to check out Ramiro's stuff, his website is romiro.com.
Absolutely.
On the big IG, he is I am Ramiro, and that's ROMEYROE. And you can find his stuff online. Take a look at some of his dresses. If you have a special event coming up, an awards show, you go to the Oscars, you go to the Emmys, you go to your mama's wedding, wherever you're going, and you need to look cute, Romy can hook you up.
Hook up.
Woohoo! All right, guys, have a good night. Thank you for being here, Romy.
Thank you.
Bye.